What's good, YouTube, and welcome to grading the Tennessee Titans' last 10 NFL first-round picks. So, over the past couple of years, the Tennessee Titans have witnessed the highs of highs with drafting first-round picks, like selecting defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons out of the University of Mississippi State, taking a chance on a guy that had some injury problems and absolutely succeeding with it with Big Jeffrey Simmons. And then you have guys like Isaiah Wilson, guys that were supposed to be massive corner pieces for this Tennessee Titans team going forward, and could not get that job done. So let's get into grading the top 10, grading the last 10 Tennessee Titans first round picks. Hope you guys enjoy, but above all else, remember to tighten up.
Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here to grade the Tennessee Titans' last 10 first round picks. So, looked into this, look into how these players have impacted the team over the years, and I think this is right. So, we're going to start off with our 2014 selection. That being left tackle at the University of Michigan, Taylor Lewan. When you got to look at the impact Taylor had on this squad going forward, the change of mentality that came with that win around the time period when Taylor came in, the change in attitude. I'm not saying that's all him, but I think he's a major part in that. For a couple of years, Taylor was looked at as one of the better tackles in the league, was paid like one of the best tackles in the league. Taylor wants an A+ for me because I think he vitalizes what this Titans team is. And we're going purely off the Titans here. When it's all said and done, Taylor's going to be one of the greatest players to ever play for this franchise. And seeing that, knowing that, he has to get an A+. So going on to our 2015 selection. Quarterback Marcus Mariota out of the University of Oregon, which is a C for me. Marcus showed glimpses of being able to be an elite starting quarterback in this league. But all of that started to simmer down with the injuries stacking up with his time in Tennessee. 2019, when he would be benched, starting Ryan Tannehill, and now 3 years later, Ryan is still the starter in Tennessee. So, Marcus, who recently secured a job with the Atlanta Falcons, is hoping to see a little bit of a career resurgence in the ATL. So, as a Titan, though, led us to a playoff game, led us to a playoff win. One of the biggest moments in Titans football history is the comeback against Kansas City in the wild card game. This is a C. Marcus has a lot of memorable moments with the Titans, which is why he gets a C for me. Next is left tackle out of Michigan State, right tackle out of Michigan State, Jack Conklin. Now, people might be asking, why is this an A-? He only played for the Titans for his rookie contract. Titans didn't want to re-sign him. The reason Titans didn't want to re-sign Jack Conklin is because he got too good for what the Titans could afford. He was very much looked at as one of the better right tackles in the league and showed it for years, and is still showing it now with the Cleveland Browns as one of the better right tackles in the league. If I'm not incorrect, one of the higher paid tackles on the right side in the entire league. So, having Lewan and Conklin on both sides during those years was massive for these teams, and I think is why I have Conklin as an A- for his time in Tennessee. Next, we're going to get at Corey Davis. The reason Davis is a C+ is it would probably be a C if it's not for his last year in Tennessee, which very much unsoured me on Corey Davis. Davis was brought in with the 5th overall pick to be an absolute star maker. He was not that. He was a decent receiver who made plays in certain moments. But when you added A.J. Brown to this team in 2020, when you added A.J. Brown to this team in 2020 and gave him consistent time beside Corey Davis, there was noticeable that Corey needed another guy on the team to be as good as he needed to be. And Corey excelled in 2020 with A.J. Brown on the opposite side, which is why instead of a C, it's a C plus for me, because with another receiver, Corey could have been a very dangerous weapon in this league. Next is a C plus for Diontae Jackson, and I'm saying that Adore is a C plus for me because I feel like this might have been a coaching issue. We didn't really put Adore into the position that we needed to succeed with him. He's not really the guy, and I could tell this, he's not really the guy that Vrabel would like on his team. Not that typical kind of smash mouth corner. He's more of a finesse corner, which is something that Vrabel doesn't like in defensive players in general. So I think, and he's even shown it to a smaller extent. He's been very productive in New York, but Adore had the ability to be an elite corner, but couldn't put it all together in Tennessee. And I don't even think really has been able to put it all together in New York yet. Next for me is the, if I'm not wrong, 3rd consecutive C plus, and that is Rashaan Evans. Rashaan Evans gets a C plus very oppositely from Corey Davis. Davis gets his for his last year. Rashaan gets him for his first year. Rashaan's rookie season was incredible, and it slowly took downward spirals from then. He very much underdeveloped his past year. Speaking of Marcus being in Atlanta, Rashaan is now in Atlanta, hoping that Sensei can be able to improve his game now that he's in Atlanta. But we're going to have to see how Rashaan Evans plays. But as of right now, I'm grading this a C+. Now, probably, if I'm not wrong, the second highest grade I put on this entire list, tied with Jack Conklin, is Big Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons, who was drafted in 2019, the same draft as A.J. Brown, is one of the best picks the Tennessee Titans have ever made in franchise history. When it's all said and done, he's going to be one of the better players in franchise history. He's been so good to start his career, and he's only going to go up from here. Tennessee is now working out a deal to keep Jeffrey Simmons around, and that's exactly what you want to hear about Big 98. Next, now probably from the penthouse to the outhouse, we go from Big Jeffrey Simmons, one of the better players on the Titans, to former first-round pick for the Titans, Isaiah Wilson out of the University of Georgia, who was cut by the Titans his rookie season. Went to a couple of teams, didn't pan out there either. Would actually end up leaving the league after his second off season, or one of the two. But as of right now, he is searching for a team. So Isaiah Wilson has got to be one of the bigger busts in Titans history, and one of the bigger busts in NFL history as a whole. Isaiah Wilson was not what Tennessee thought they were getting, and is not what they were promised by the University of Georgia they were getting. So, next is defensive back Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech. So, I have these next two rated as C's so far, because I think Caleb Farley and Treylin Burks are going to be big contributors to this squad going forward if this squad's going to compete. They're going to have to. And Caleb Farley has showed so far in preseason he is an elite pass breakup guy, and an elite coverage corner, what you would consider one of those lockdown corners, because he has the speed to be that. So Caleb Farley, C so far. Treylin Burks, who this picture is just taken after the Arizona Cardinal game earlier tonight. Treylin Burks, especially in that Cardinals game, showed me something. And that's the first game he's really showed me what he can do. Is he has that underneath breakaway ability to hit a drag and take the drag 50 yards. He has that ability, a very key ability that AJ had. And I really hope Treylin can get that done. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe. But above all else, please, if you guys have any Tennessee Titans videos that y'all would like to see going forward, drop them in the comments and I'll get right to it. Every weekend that the Titans play, there will be a live reaction on this channel without a miss. But during the season, there are going to be many different things going on, whether it be hype videos on certain players, hype videos about certain games coming up, whether it be videos like this, just talking about the Titans in general. There will be breaking news if the Titans sign anybody. Just, if it's there, I'll let y'all know. But above all else, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And remember to tighten up.
Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Host it again, hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Need